Hello, Forensic Science. This is a video walkthrough of what I expect for your notes in this class. It's a little different from my other classes, so even if you've taken a class with me before, make sure to watch this video all the way to the end. If you look at this week's plan, today's plan is to complete Lesson 1.1 and Vocab 1.1. You should have done everything else from the day before. Make sure that you have done that. You've worked in order all the way down so that you can complete these two, and it will, especially for Quizlet, it will record your practice. So for the notes, if you open this up, it has instructions for you. And the instructions are to watch this video, which you are doing. Well done. And to read through the lesson slides and take notes in your notebook. Now, this can be a spiral notebook. This can be a 3-ring binder. It is totally up to you. But loose pages floating around get lost and make it a very difficult notebook check. So make sure that you are keeping them organized somehow. I expect this lesson to take you about an hour, maybe a little bit less, depending on how fast of a reader you are and how detailed of notes you're taking. And your learning targets here are the goals or the topics I want you to learn in this lesson. So how do we complete this lesson? You'll do so by opening the slides here, which will bring you, let's get back to the top, to our first lesson. And we don't have a textbook for this class, and there are not recorded videos. There's going to be kind of a compilation of resources to be used as your lesson. So in this case, we're looking at a slide deck, and the 1.1 in the section names that you see up here refers to that this is Unit 1 and Section 1. So think of it as the first chapter in part of a book. And we're looking at the roles of a forensic scientist. Your second slide is just going to repeat those learning targets, so they're just there for kind of your reference, and you'll notice it's also linked to the vocab in case you need to look up a word. So let's take a look at the first section, the scope of forensics. Now, this is a lot of text. I do not want you to write the entire thing because that would be you writing a textbook, and that is not your purpose as a student. Your goal is for each paragraph, if they're shorter paragraphs like this, to get maybe 1, 2, possibly 3 facts to write down. You are not writing the whole thing. And so if we read this first sentence, it says forensic science is the application of science to the criminal justice system. Okay, so it's science within our justice system, our legal system. It's the use of science in regards to the criminal and civil laws that are enforced by police agencies in a criminal justice system. So we could sum that up by saying forensic science is the science used to enforce laws. So that takes 2 whole sentences and brings it down into one simple definition or a phrase. So there's one fact. Forensic science is the science used to enforce the law. Criminalistics, if we look at the next sentence, is another term that has been used to describe this field of science. Okay, so they're just saying that this is another term that we could use in place of forensic science. So below that fact, where you said that forensic science is the science used to enforce the law, you could just say, also called criminalistics. That's it. If you look at the next 2 sentences, it says in recent years, these topics have become increasingly fascinating to the general population. The popularity of true crime stories has sparked a number of documentary-type television programs on both cable and network television. So all they're telling us is, hey, more people are interested in this, and they've made TV shows out of it. Do you need to write any of that down? No, you don't. It's background information and it helps you realize, oh, this is why we're studying this. It's because it's interesting and a lot of people have gotten into it, and you'll see how that comes into play later when we talk about the CSI effect. But there's nothing to write down here. And so then we go to the next paragraph, and again, you've got 3 sentences, so probably 1, maybe 2 facts at the most. When you come down to a slide that has a longer paragraph, maybe 3 to 4, but it all depends on how much information they're giving you or if they're just giving you an example to help you understand. One thing to notice is anything in bold is going to be one of your vocabulary words. So those are worth jotting down and just jotting a definition to help you remember. And you'll go through this all the way through. It is a lot of reading, so I recommend you work on it for about 25 minutes. Get up, take a break, a 5 to 10 minute walking break, go get some water, go outside if it's nice, or even if it's not, and then sit back down and finish it. So it shouldn't be done in just one solid sitting for an hour. That's really hard on your body and on your brain to keep focusing. When you get to the very end, you'll see the success criteria, and these are basically the learning targets turned into a checklist. Can you define forensic science? Okay, Maybe, maybe not. Go look back at your notes. Can you describe the major disciplines it includes? So these would be like areas of specialty that we learned about up here. And so you're going to go through and check those off mentally. And if you can check them all off, then you got everything you needed out of the notes. If you can't, then you need to go back and find those answers and add those into your notes. So that's your kind of quick way to confirm that you learned everything you were supposed to learn. The other important thing, and I forgot to mention at the beginning, is every section of notes should have the unit and section, so 1.1, and the full title. I abbreviate it so it fits nicely in your Google Classroom gradebook when you're taking a look at your grades. But I do want the full title in there because if you don't have a title or a section number, I'm not going to know what notes I'm looking at and I will have a hard time giving you credit. So make sure that that part is included. Okay, so how do you turn these in? The last part of this video. If you look back at your instructions, you've watched this video, you've read through the lesson, and you took notes. And if you are a virtual student, you're going to upload a picture to this assignment and click Turn In. Or if you're a hybrid student, you are going to bring your notebook to live class and I will check them there. But either way, you will click Turn In. So virtual and hybrid students, click Turn In because that tells me who's done the notes and who is still working on it. And you don't want it to show as missing if you have completed it. All right, I hope that helps give you a head start on how to do the notes well for this class. Please contact me with any questions, and I hope you enjoy your first lesson.